over
I'm
to.
installing it.
Okay.
And installing the program. Good cat. She's on my lap now.
Oh yeah.
She won a lap time. Anyway, how you doing?
Good.
No. So after all these years, I finally got into Buffy.
Yeah. How you liking that?
I've been enjoying it more than I thought I would. To be perfectly frank.
Uh. I guess I was gonna ask. Did you want to also do rivals after we do our show today?
Sure, I'm up for it.
Oh yeah. Trying to find a good. The Lost Arcade. There we go. That'll be our opening music.
I finally got it.
Oh yeah, dude.
Got it up. Yay.
Okay. Our pre-show ad runs in about 50 seconds, so
Okay.
gonna keep on vamping.
And yeah, the clone mode is cool, dude. I've been enjoying it a bit.
Nice.
Did a whole ton of match with a ton of Punishers. That was a bit of I think it was Punishers and I think Wolverine. Or no, Punishers itself, but what the other one?
Okay.
We had one with Wolverine and Javs. Basically, both teams vote on one character,
Yeah.
and they could choose between only those two. So
Okay.
it would Punisher and Hawkeye. That's it. That was a bit of chaos, but that was fun. Did you ever finish Buffy, by the way, or watched it?
I watched it. I haven't finished the last season. I've been meaning to go back and rewatch it.
Yeah.
It's a really good show.
Same Canada, Disney has it. Including a movie and an Angel as well, so I've heard about it for years. I thought, come on, now start it. I've been enjoying it. I like the characters a lot.
Yeah.
I get why it's so famous.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, Charles is one of my favorite characters, like in medieval time.
Fair. I also know, I understand why. I also know and understand that whole thing with Whedon, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that should discredit the work everyone else did on that show, obviously.
Yeah.
All actors and the crew and et cetera, writers.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
For sure.
Yeah. I don't feel you hear Joss Whedon around the industry anymore. Really.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he kind of did some not okay things, if I remember correctly.
Yep, he did. There's a understandable reason why you don't hear that name around these days, really.
Yeah.
But
let's see if I
regardless of that, you don't hear the name around much.
Yeah.
Also, I guess random or small thing. Seemingly somehow finally got Paramount Plus. So I watched the new Sonic movie over the weekend.
You watched the new what?
Sonic.
Oh, how was that?
I liked it a lot, actually. It was fun. They're fun movies. And I kind of find it surprising Jim Carrey wanted to retire, but he's coming back for this over and over.
Yes.
Like the one thing he will still do, which was not really on my bingo card for Jim Carrey's life.
No. Yeah.
Okay.
Jim Carrey's gonna do what Jim Carrey does, you know? And
yep.
It's great.
He's an interesting one, that man. All right.
Okay. Making so many adjusted so many windows to try and find like the best way to make this look on stream. Oh my god, that's.
How long do you want the episode to be?
I was thinking we'd aim for maybe an hour to 90 minutes most.
Fair enough. I'm up for that.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
you don't necessarily need the show doc because I'm going to be pulling everything up on uh, that monitor or on the share as well.
Right. Right. Good
So
point.
yeah, so I figure it's more visually interesting than just two talking heads.
Yeah, I think that's agreed.
Yeah.
Oh, one talking head and a talking owl.
Yes. Okay, but we are back from the ad, which means it's time to start our show. Welcome everyone to the first episode of Free Beer Society. Oh, guys, I was gonna pull up the history of that and actually talk about what Free Beer Society was. Give me one
That's
second
logical.
while I do that.
This sounds like a logical thought process.
Yes, okay.
For this.
We're gonna stop sharing the screen for a second there. Can't show everyone my porn tabs.
Oh God.
Free beer experiment. Okay.
We are live, people.
We're live. Alright, free beer. A reason for our naming comes from a bit of like tech junkie lore, and this is a podcast for tech and politics junkies. Well, you may not necessarily be a junkie, but you know, if you're junkie adjacent, I guess. A Free Beer is a brand collaboration between students of IT University of Copenhagen and the artist collective Superflex, initiated in 2004. What they did is they created a beer recipe and published it under the Creative Commons license, granting others the right to freely use and distribute it. So this kind of became, and this is 2004, so this is like early internet days. This is one of the things that people were doing to encourage open source software and open information systems, things like that. And so, of course, we're spoiler alert for the contents of the show. I'm your host TK, and I'm joined by co-host. I'm going to give your web name Brookvan, and you can give your real name if you wish to. You don't have to.
Maybe one at a certain time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could have it be a reveal one day.
Exactly.
Most people kind of know it anyway, but
yeah.
I'm just not going to say it today.
Yeah, maybe once the administrations down here change and we no longer have to worry about potentially getting hit with treason or libel for talking about the news.
Yeah. That's another fact.
Yeah. I'm showing my face. I'm the dumb one.
I'm an owl. That's all I am. An
Yes.
owl with the chef.
Yeah, I've been working on putting together a PNG tuber though, so I might switch over to being a PNG tuber, and then that'll be a thing.
Fair.
I'm also working on art assets for the show. It's our first ever whatever this is, so no art assets as of yet. But yeah, we're both fairly liberal or left-leaning. So the idea of open source information, stuff that is not necessarily done for profit or for the exploitation of others, and it makes things more secure, it makes things more equal, it makes things just feel a little bit more better on the internet. So that's kind of what we're here to celebrate and also call out as things not being equal or great. Capitalists want you to believe that you're in competition with immigrants from the resources, but at the same time, they'll understand trillions of dollars worth of resources don't harm you at all because it's not a zero-sum game, something doesn't happen. Exactly, gamer Jane. Exactly. So the idea of everything being open source, you know, we're here to share in our collective efforts. That's something we want to celebrate. And if you're listening to this podcast after the fact on podcast services around the world, you can head on over to twitch.tv/TimTKWriter. Understand it's owned by Amazon. It's not great. None of the other alternatives work. So this is where we're at. Okay. But we'll be talking about some techware, politics, things like that today. Brooke, how you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm a little nervous. This is not as much my forte. You and I love talking politics.
Mm-hmm.
We will just, I think even what we talked, I've been kind of back and forth traveling the last few weeks.
Yeah.
So I guess 3 weeks ago now, we were at a game of Marvel Rivals, and we were talking about the game. Then we just started going into politics for like, I think half an hour to an hour.
Yeah.
So it just happens for us.
It does, and this is kind of going back to not okay. So I love shows that do real politique, right? The idea of nation states outmaneuvering each other, like that's great for drama, but that's not where real politics happens. Real politics happens in the way that French politics do, and that it's done at the cafe in the person-to-person level, just talking about ideas, what seems fair, what doesn't. And having an understanding of theory and all this stuff is great for, if you want to make a profession of it, but if you're just wanting to put a voice out there and be heard or know that someone else hears you, yeah, I don't think you just need that. You just need to be open, honest, and willing to receive critique and feedback, which is one of my main issues with the right in America right now. Any sort of feedback is seen as an attack, personally.
Yep. I think, like, for me, I was very left when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
I am still quite left, but I'm definitely more open to hearing other sides having real conversations
Yeah.
than I was when I was younger, And I also know a lot of guys that are much more right-leaning to varying levels, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Some I obviously more disagree with.
Yeah.
Others I can have a very candid conversation. We can go back and forth, and we cannot agree a lot of things, but within reason, we can respect each other's opinion. Obviously, I had that just like 3 days ago, 2 days ago, with a buddy of mine. And that is important. Conversation is important. Discussion is important. Asking hard questions are important. Without these factors, people don't grow. Society does not grow.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people, I think, have forgotten that in this day of age.
Yeah.
Sadly. So. Yeah.
Definitely, I get that. I mean, I grew up kind of much more right-leaning. Small town, conservative family. We had the we had the traitor blood. We had the dad who converted, or it was my great grandfather converted away from Judaism to Christianity to marry into a Christian family. And then once I went to college, moved out of town, started doing life stuff, and actually experienced other people's scenarios, things like that. I'm like, oh shit, this is, I have been lied to my entire life. And then Trump happened, and that slingshot me like into the far left for a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. No, and to add a little more of my story, like my father, I'm, I been around for a little bit now. I'm not going to say my age for reasons at the moment.
57.
But my father was a reporter for a time, so I always kind of grew up in that.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of the news.
Yeah.
Atmosphere, right? So also just what's going on with that right now is intriguing me to an extent.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, we can get into that. I think it's also what we're going to hit on at some point. I don't know if it's have it on the dock for this week because there's actually been a lot of stuff in the cycle. But speaking of free flowing information, kind of what we're all about, and the topic of the show, the fact that the White House has essentially blocked most of the well-reputed reporting agencies, like the AP and all that. Yeah.
I think of the AP when you said that. That's a big one, and that comes to my mind immediately.
An agency that's been like almost militaristically neutral for the past however many years, too.
I'm kind of really surprised to a certain degree that the EP of all things got kind of blocked,
Yeah.
got banished from the White House. I don't know. Oh
Well,
God.
it feels like it's a line in the sand moment where what the administration wants to do is by blocking someone that is a neutral agency, they're putting an ultimatum of relatives, which is like either be loyal or die.
Oh,
Yeah. They want everyone to kind of fall into their own group thinker or group reporting. Otherwise, they're going to cut off their flow of information. So now the AP has to get things second hand.
mhm.
Yeah. Gamer Jame in chat with a good point. We could do an episode on land hoarding. That is
On
also
what?
land hoarding. Old like
Oh,
BlackRock and Vanguard, all the companies that buy up rental properties and then just use them to raise up prices as opposed to actually return them to the housing market.
right.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Okay. Well,
Oh,
let's get into the show with our first topic.
dude.
Oh, I have to open up my tab over here.
Yep.
Boop, boop.
I'm gonna just mute the stream so I don't hear myself.
You don't want endless feedback?
Look, I know my voice is nice, but I don't need to spoil myself.
That's fair.
I just, yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
So the first topic is something that is interesting, kind of a recent development, an ongoing development, and something that is I take personally because it's the browser that I use. But Mozilla Firefox, of course, known for being the third largest browsing option behind like Edge and Chrome.
yeah.
Um, Also open source and secure browsing, and that they will kind of like what a VPN does, where it scrambles or encrypts your data. Firefox will scramble your data when you're browsing, so there's not information anywhere from marketers or marketing apps to pick up, and then they don't sell packets of browser data to marketing agencies the way that Chrome, Edge, or Safari do in order to make money off their users browsing. Recently, Mozilla had a kerfuffle where they have rewritten their terms of service to include language that made it seem like they were starting to sell some data, but that wasn't quite the case. It was they have to give away some packets that show your geolocation when you're doing a search in order to get those like best restaurants near me results. They have to give away an option giving out your geolocation.
Okay.
However, that's the way they phrase the terminology in the terms of service is very vague. It essentially just says they won't sell your data in the way that you think about, which is
Oh, that's very direct and very clear.
it's the most asinine way to phrase that. Yeah.
I read that. I understand exactly what you mean without any questions whatsoever.
Yes.
Who
Uh,
wrote that up?
so we have an update from TechCrunch, March 3rd, by Sarah Perez. Mozilla rewrites Firefox's terms of use after user backlash. After fielding user backlash over its new terms of use last week, Firefox browser maker Mozilla has rewritten its policy to address issues around the overly broad language it had previously used. You mean it wasn't clear and direct and to the point succinct?
No, I understood that completely. It just they wanted to be like the mini game
Yeah,
where you just do like eeny, meeny, miny, mo,
it's
and hopefully get the right answer.
Mozilla is a browser for the gamers, which is why they presented it like a puzzle, right?
Exactly.
It's a dungeon mechanic.
Right there. Bingo.
Critics said the terms implied Mozilla was asking users for the rights of whatever data they input into the browser or upload, which some rate would then be sold to advertisers or AI companies. Mozilla said this was not the case, noting that the newer terms didn't represent a change in the way the company used data. The company also said that the original language updates were not driven by a desire to sell user data, and that the company's ability to use collected data was still limited by the rights laid out in Firefox's privacy notice. So the terms of use have changed, but the privacy notice has remained the same, which is going to be kind of the main legal sticking point. Is that they're saying that they've pinned themselves by the privacy notice and that they will not change that. Which is it seems like a little bit of a legalese self jerk, but if it works out, it works out. A number of critics have pointed to language such as the following in the new terms as a cause for concern, emphasis ours. When you upload or input information through Firefox, you hereby grant us a non-exclusive royalty-free worldwide license to use that information to help you navigate, experience, and interact with online content as you indicate with your use of Firefox. Now, Mozilla has rewritten its terms of use to more clearly reflect the limited scope of how Mozilla interacts with user data. Mozilla's product chief Ajit Varma said in an announcement shared ahead of the weekend, in the updated policy, Mozilla clarifies that it's asking for user data in order to operate Firefox, and that this does not give the company ownership of the data. Specifically, the new terms state that you give Mozilla rights necessary to operate Firefox. This includes processing your data as you describe in the Firefox privacy notice. It also includes a non-exclusive royalty-free worldwide license for the purpose of doing as request with the content you input into Firefox. That does not give Mozilla any ownership in that content. It goes on for some time there, but essentially it breaks down to what their defense is saying is that in order to make sure that they are still legally sound, is they had to say that you were giving Firefox rights to take the data you typed in to conduct searches or inquiries or connect to hosted data. And that before their statement was not specific enough, so they may have been able to, they may have invalidated themselves as a browser, and then they made it a little too vague when they tried to fix it. I still trust Firefox for the time being. It it is kind of a weird hold on now moment, but I think it was just them trying to avoid any issues where big tech could then come after them and say, well, you guys can't operate because you don't have this in your terms of use. Therefore, Musk's new browser is going to buy you guys out or whatever. A little bit of a legal one with that one, but figured it's kind of a good one to start because it is kind of the crux of what I'm passionate about with the show, which is our information as individuals, the ability to use open source software, and well as companies or governments potentially putting themselves in a position where they could do overreach. And I don't think it's overreaching yet. However, I think it's still something that's worth watching how those terms of use update and if they do change their privacy notice.
Well, it's kind of a weird thing to say, it feels like, because it feels so much has happened already.
Mm-hmm.
But it's only been less than 2 months. Which that's kind of terrified if I really think about that. But technically, we are early in this.
Yes.
A lot can happen between now and the end, whatever the end is.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree, keep an eye on things.
Yeah. Especially for someone who is conscious of your personal data. If you use online banking or do your finance or anything online, using a secure browser, now like good ones to look at would be something like Brave, or and using a VPN, a good one, not one of the weird ones that is tied into the browser, but like an actual like one that you just download onto your system that actually encrypts your traffic. Could be very important, especially now with how much of our information is potentially just now unmonitored or being floated around with Elon Musk in charge of the Federal Reserve and all the oversight committees now kind of being sent on vacation if they're not letting Musk or Trump to do what they want to do.
I'm getting rid of this because it's so damn insane.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
it is. Uh,
So we don't have sponsors for the show, but I would recommend Proton VPN and Brave Browser. Um, definitely worth looking into for the next couple of years at least. Uh, Brookfin, are you what's your main browser? Do you use Chrome or
I
Mozilla?
do. I use Chrome mostly because it doesn't have so much history on it.
Sure.
But I've thought about swapping for a while. I know for a while, for a short time, people did recommend me Opera.
Opera? Yeah.
Opera, yeah. I kind of liked it, but I'm trying to. I don't know. I say I do feel I need a more secure browser because this is stuff I've been thinking of.
Hmm.
So the stuff being stolen too.
Right. Well, the
There's a
nice.
lot. There's a big. Sorry. There's a big rise of scams going on too, and
For sure.
uh, stuff you hear lately that is not happy outcomes of accounts being stolen. Um, etc.
No. Well, the next thing is you're up north, so you still have data privacy rights.
This is true in Atlantic Canada. We are not affected as much
Yeah.
by what is going on with our southern neighbors.
Yeah.
Besides the wonderful trade war we are in right now,
Yeah.
but also, did he stop the tariffs the other day?
I think
Again,
he stopped them and started them, and then I think he stopped them again.
yes, but I think the tariffs Canada's doing it's not stopped.
Yeah.
Um, the Trudeau's very very angry right now.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm just waiting for like Trudeau and a group of plucky teenagers to get like a set of like battle mechs or transforming lions to eventually
What the heck is it?
beat up Trump.
Ford. That's I think it's the old politician Ford.
Yeah.
That is gone now. That was the character, let's say, from Toronto, right?
Yeah.
Doug Ford, right, the Premier of Ontario. Let him Trump think of, is still often kind of repeating the idea of let's cut off the power to the east coast of the U.S., which
I'm here for it, honestly.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not fully against it, but I also know a lot of people there, and I'm also
Yeah. I mean, at this point, we're not gonna lose anything. If anything, we'll getting him off of like social media for a couple days. Maybe he'll change as a person.
maybe.
Yeah.
I doubt it, but
Yeah.
miracles can happen.
Yeah.
Ah,
I guess. All right.
but yeah.
Our next story tonight is coming from Ars Technica. Beth Mole over at Ars Technica on March 4th. RFK Jr. ends transparency policy, cancels public meeting after openness vow.
Great.
Yes. Great.
I love, I gotta say this, that the administration was voted in because people wanted more transparency.
Mm-hmm.
That's supposed to be one thing they ran on, one thing that people voted for.
Yeah.
And now we're having this.
Yeah.
And that even goes past the whole idea that the Secretary of Health and Human Services is an anti-vaxxer.
Right.
Which is a whole other problem.
Well, here's my question: is do you think this is his decision, or was it the brainworm controlling him?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know who's crazier.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
His.
Oh, go for it.
His maybe. I just.
Right. Yeah.
I put up his face. I'm sorry. Yeah, scroll up. Let me see the man's face. Every time I've seen him, I don't get a good feeling.
No, he looks like the bad guy in like an HBO show.
Very much so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very much. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So
no.
yeah, this the headline or the subline on this article is Kennedy vowed last month to usher in an era of radical transparency.
Well, that was a lie.
So that was a lie. Yeah. Um, Federal health policies and decisions are quickly becoming less transparent under Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., despite him telling health department employees just last month that he would work with them to launch a new era of radical transparency. Quote. Since then, Kennedy has axed a public meeting on vaccines, leaving lingering questions about the future of those transparent proceedings. He has also revoked a broad transparency policy for the Department of Health and Human Services, the HHS, the required public notice for certain new rules, and a comment period to allow for the public to be involved in the rulemaking process. Revoking the policy could have sweeping effects. For instance, HHS could now change Medicaid requirements with no notice or change federal research grants without input from the research community. Something the Trump administration has already tried to do before, but was put on hold by a federal judge. um, so I feel like it's kind of the crux of where we go from there is just he has decided no more decision making by the public. Uh, I'm God now. Also, I don't have to tell you when things change, despite the fact that it could lead to you not getting your insulin or life-saving medication. Or if you're a senior citizen who lives in assisted housing, Medicaid probably pays for that assisted housing. That could get cut, and you would be out in the street the next day without any notice.
Yeah. Look, why do the public need this information really? It's just their lives we're talking about.
It's just the lives. Yeah.
That their health, that their livelihood, that their life is, you know, their death of their loved one and their health and their financial situation for the family. And, those are minor things in people's lives. They don't matter.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, and this is like the whole thing too of like
It's,
yeah, and this is kind of the peak of wolves and sheep's clothing for this subject as well.
That's a great way to describe it, man.
Yeah.
It's sheep's clothing.
Because I mean, he said he was going to be openly transparent because of his whole thing with like the COVID vaccine, right? And the whole reason why we, as sane people who looked at the news with our eyeballs and actually read articles, took the COVID vaccine, is because we knew that there was a comment period where after this research came out, it was then pushed forward. You then have things coming out, a comment period saying like from researchers saying like, yes, I agree with this sentiment, I agree with this policy, I agree with this whatever, because we have X research on this type of vaccine going back to 2013, or we have triple verified these findings, and that was kind of the whole thing. Is like when something is 10 years of repeated history and is triple verified, you can usually say like, oh, there's a lot of different sources kind of corroborating this as being, if not fact, something close to fact or worthwhile and good. And so they immediately go like, hey guys, the thing that made like us trust the COVID vaccine that we then marketed fear on, we're going to get rid of that so that way you can be fearful of everything we do beforehand, but you're not, because I am Republican, therefore everything they say is good and right and just. Kind of a little bit of a soapbox there, but I feel like I have to say something or I'm just going to end up screaming into the void at night.
They don't a lot of touchy feels at this moment.
Yeah.
Like, this honestly is terrifying.
Right.
For so many reasons. Partly the wolf in sheep's clothing in numerous aspects of this administration. The fact that people were warned, the fact that the country got so bad and desperate that this actually was a possibility, the fact that there is a vast portion of the population in the country that either it's actually forced a lot of this craziness, right?
Right.
Or does not really see the outcome of what is happening, what the eventual outcome really can be, and why this is dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
I am of mind that yes, the old system we had, honestly, this was not working. There is vast problems in the United States. I think no one can disagree with that statement.
Right.
And yes, some form of reform and some form of fixing had to happen because we can't keep on going on like this, obviously. But this is not the correct way. This is not the answer.
Yeah.
And it will have dire consequences to the people and the nation as a whole.
Yeah. And it's kind of like the polar opposite of the path I think we need, because like you're saying, the system itself is already broken. But
Very much so.
when the issue is that it takes 3 years for someone to get their disability benefits after losing their limb or getting diagnosed with their chronic illness, or when like insulin is being sold for $400 for a month's supply.
Oh, I've heard of stories that you have too, and we all have.
Yeah.
Of people, they have this great little decision between do I want to save my life and go bankrupt and bankrupt my family, or do I want to die?
Yeah.
Those are not great choices. And look, I think another thing here is that, from an outside perspective, we're not fully inside the full system.
Yeah.
So as with any complex system, there's most likely a lot of layers and gears that shift and move that makes it currently overcomplicated. That
Right.
doesn't mean it have to be, but it is. Part of that reform would have to be streamlining this and finding ways to curb those problems where you can't make everyone happy, obviously, but you have to. I don't know how would you phrase it.
That's it. Yeah, I think kind of what we're both getting at here is that the problem is that isn't that we need more privacy or more layers. It's that we need to strip things away, and that there's no reason why there should be a copyright or a like trademark on the formula for insulin or several of these other things, right? Like those should be open source, kind of the way that the creator of insulin even said like he wanted this to be like something he wanted everyone in the world to have access to, and then the company that bought it just completely ignored that. And so and if we were to have more like points of same conversation, less administrative bloat, where things became more of a direct line of communication between researchers, developers, and patients or consumers, and less of a, because I think this is just going to allow for even more price hikes and even more kind of random BS disqualifications to get put into the system, because people aren't going to be able to like hear about it or comment or fight back about it. I think beforehand, maybe like we could have done with a more like adding a comment period to the front of a decision coming forward as opposed to just at the end, or if they really wanted to be kind of like the Party of Liberty as or the open administration as they want to say, just start axing copyrights or trademarks on life-saving medication, so then they can become, there can be generic versions of it, right?
Mm-hmm. I think that's a good step right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Like, as I thought, you also need a way to educate people on this stuff better.
Yeah.
And educate the public. Like, the fact that there's such a large amount of the country that can't be anti-vaxxers, the fact that the head of the department is to an extent an anti-vaxxer is extremely concerning, undersells it so much.
Yeah.
God. Be that open communication you're talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
But also have to get over the barrier of we are not trying to trick you and you actually believe us.
Yeah.
Not saying that would be their intention, but I think that the wide margin of the public, especially in the United States, that are highly skeptical from medical professionals.
Yes.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, kind of.
um,
Okay,
and that's so good.
like I said, to your point, yeah, that's Isaac Asimov had predicted this happening and called it the uh, essentially like a cult of ignorance, like the fact that there is a cult of people who are just anti-intellectual in every way possible.
Yeah, and that's a hard barrier to get by,
Hmm.
like to get past. That's a whole wall, hard wall that has would have to be broken down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and yeah, and I think, unfortunately, just the way that that whole mindset works is if the administration markets this well enough as them cutting up bureaucracy, they'll eat it up, and then when this whole thing happens and we switch back to being a democratic administration in 4 years, and then that same side is going to rail against this policy that's been put in place by the previous or current administration and say that it's another attempt by Democrats to hide things.
this is kind of, I think, what other problem here you just mentioned, right?
Yeah.
And this current administration is showing this, like, with very prominent. Come on, fight everyone to say the same thing. I feel, but I have to change it up. But point is, the fact that it's been this easy to either actually change things or put the fear that these things are changing, right, in
Yeah.
such a quick way, shows another weak link with the system.
Yeah.
Because you cannot have a different administration every 4 years completely just flip the table and say, we're now the opposite.
Hmm.
That's not sustainable.
No, and it's kind of leading to our understanding of the downfall of the American Empire. Of it's just the same thing that happened to Rome, right? Is it's just administrative bloat built on top of bloat, and the snake is eating its own tail.
Pretty much.
Yeah. All right. We do have
Yeah.
a couple more articles here. Next one. This is a funny one. There's been an update. Uh,
I remember I shared a bit about this. Yeah.
yes. This comes from. I don't know how I feel about ground news. I'm getting used to it.
Don't
But
know it.
yeah, let's see if we can find.
I like Jon Stewart though.
Yeah. Uh, 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 Summer Comic Sans. There you go. Okay. From Amelia Mavis Christnot at Comic Sans. Jon Stewart rips Musk over his bullshit excuse for backing out of Daily Show interview offer. So this is a back and forth that's happened. This last update, March 4th. Last week, Republican President Donald Trump's advisor and major financial backer, aka Shadow President, I,
Yeah, like.
so, yeah.
Does he actually have a role in the administration, like an official role?
I don't think so. I think he's literally just like
There.
oligarch, like resident supervillain. I don't know.
I heard from someone,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I agree with it or I believe it, right? But I'll put it to the table here that many presidents in the past had oligarchs in their ear.
Yes.
And to an extent, we know this, obviously,
Hmm.
but they're more to the shadows. Elon is just doing this much more publicly.
Yeah. He's just doing what the CEO of BlackRock has been doing for the past 20 years.
So I guess this is this is maybe a not a wrong statement or dark thought or yeah. I'm gonna maybe debatably say a kind of little Jewish statement. I'm thinking since
Sure.
Passover's in a few weeks, right?
Hmm.
About a few. So what makes him different than all other oligarchs that been connected or in the White House before?
What I think what is interesting is because he's so open and blatant about everything, and because there's so much, like, it's not even like the majority of Americans do not support him according to latest polling. but there's so much
Right
vocal
on.
support, like they just feel so loud that I think this is a like accelerationist moment. The idea that they realize they don't may not get a second chance to do this, so by being out in the open, they can move much more quickly and uh, have like a mask off moment, or they're accelerating the rate at which they do the things they've been wanting to do. Like he's already slashed 5, 6 departments that have been investigating him
Yeah, but
because
that's not a conflict of interest.
absolutely not. Right, of course, yeah. We're draining the swamp. Absolutely no corruption in the Trump Musk administration. Where's JD Vance? I don't know. He looks like a Teletubby. Probably fucking a couch.
I have a photo to show you later.
Yes.
Not of J.D. Vance doing that to the Teletubby people, but something Teletubby related that'd be terrific.
Oh, he's Teletubby posting. Perfect.
I'm not gonna post that here, but
Okay,
I'll give it to you privately.
sounds good.
Mhm.
All right. But last week, well, Musk responded to a post on X, we're going to call it Twitter because X is stupid, that suggested the Department of Government Efficiency, Doge, kinda, sorta leader, the White House officially downplayed his role. Sit down, exactly. It's like, he's not even officially listed as the head of Doge on their website. That's someone else. Like, I don't, he's just a guy. He's just there doing things.
This is the other problem you're just trying to see this is he is so connected to the administration, it sounds like.
No.
Yet he won't have an actual role, but he does have a role. But he's also not elected in any sense.
Right.
So it feels highly illegal.
Right, and like it's like he by all by all like understanding of like financial law should not have access to the Social Security database, and yet he does. Every single person's Social Security number, their earnings, everything like that is viewable by Elon Musk just at any time he wants to.
That terrifies me.
Yeah, the guy who has made a business out of buying successful businesses and then making them lose money.
Well, he had to have something in common then.
Exactly, yeah. Sat down with Jon Stewart of The Daily Show to discuss a temporary agency Trump established. Stewart has been very critical of Doge on his program, and a fiery takedown included an unintended injury to Stewart's hand. That's why he slammed the desk so hard. There you go. Oh, they did a whole thing. Musk responded that he wanted to go on the Comedy Central program and would, on one condition, this interview would air unedited. So when is Musk scheduled to appear? And then just quote the show. They just quote the show. Okay. But I'm not going to bother going into all that. But essentially, he agreed to do the show, and then Jon Stewart said, "Great, let's do it," and then Elon Musk backed out. And then Elon just kept on essentially trying to cover his own trail with that. And then John just kept on saying like, okay, well, whatever, whenever you need to reschedule, we'll make it work. We'll get you on unedited. So Stewart's most recent update on the show. Look, Elon, I do have some criticism about Doge. I support in general the idea of efficiency and delivering better services to the American public in cheaper and more efficient ways. And if you want to come on and talk about it on the show, great. But if you don't want to, sure. Because can we just can we just drop the pretense that you won't do it because I don't measure up to the standards of neutral discourse that you demand and display at all times? Because quite frankly, that's bullshit. You know it, I know it, it's bullshit. So
I love Jon Stewart.
he's so good. He's one of my favorite comedians, political voices, people on the content creation space right now. It has been for a while, but yeah, he accepted the terms, and then Elon pulls out because Elon doesn't actually want to be open and transparent.
I'm so shocked. That's my shocked voice, people.
Yes, but you can't.
I'm so surprised.
Yeah, the same expression that the owl is making is actually the same expression that Brooke Van is making right now.
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, that's my standard resting face. for this whole administration and topic
Yeah.
is what the owl is doing forever.
Yeah.
You know, and Jeff is trying to cheer me up, clearly. But I realized maybe I should have removed that before we went on here. But
I think it's fine. It adds to it.
yeah, fair.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing bringing us joy in these dark times is Marvel Rivals.
It's really that. It's
Yeah.
a fun game. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I feel like this is kind of, if you can like bubble this entire experience of what like the past couple months and what'll probably be the next 4 years into one interaction, it's this. It's the, we say we'll do something that you agree to it, we back out.
Like, I can understand talking to many people why some people voted for him. And weird, why do you think some of this is good? From that, for those perspectives, not saying I agree with it, but I can understand a little where their mindset's coming from, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't trust. First, I don't really think those are good ideas, but also for a good bit of them at least.
Mm-hmm.
But I also don't trust Trump or Elon or any of this administration to really follow through with that in a full way.
Yeah.
You know, like the idea is that what I've heard, right, is, and one reason someone voted for him is, you know, more states' rights. Like the government should not control
Sure.
so much that it does. And to an extent, I can understand where that's coming from because I like to kind of think of the United States less as a full-on sovereign country like Canada, the UK, France, Italy,
Yeah.
Germany, more like the EU.
Yes.
With the states being they're so vastly different in culture and human resources and in numerous things. That I really can understand why someone from Texas or or Florida or maybe Nebraska, may not have. I don't know much about Nebraska, but Florida's from different like I named 3 states.
Yeah.
And New York and California and Washington State. I don't work in Vermont. Like why they some have more in common, more similar interests in either culture or policy or religious beliefs or dedication to religion than others.
Yeah.
Like I think, and please, people, correct me if I'm wrong here. You go to Italy, go to France. Let's see, for Canada, if you go to Canada, I think a lot of Canadians Canadians tell me if I'm wrong about this. You're not going to say, "Well, I am Albertan first. I am, I am."
Well, I mean,
British Columbia first. You're Canadian first.
and that's different from Quebec.
Quebec, yeah, Quebec is the kind of black sheep in that argument.
Yeah.
But the Quebec situation is different, and but you're most Canadians that they say I am Canadian first, and then they say their province.
Yeah.
Which, if you don't know what a province is, it's basically our. Not really exactly like the state because different name to
Yeah.
different.
Well, kind of to your point, like
details.
a province also has less autonomy, and kind of like you're saying,
Yep.
is that if you look at how the Holy Roman Empire was modeled, that's kind of exactly how America is modeled. Is that we have each state is its own sovereign body essentially, and then they have an elector count, which then elects the emperor, who does kind of the more sweeping policies, which usually is just who to go to war with and what is our general idea of like who we are or what we do. Whereas if you're in Prussia, you're still like I'm Prussian. I pay my taxes to Prussia. That's I don't really give a crap about what's happening over in Austria.
So, this is gonna sound dark, but I think the states are too independent at this point, or desire too much independence
Hmm.
for the union to continue functioning as it
Oh
has.
yeah, I think we're due for either a, especially because like the Union was great prior instantaneous information.
Yeah,
But I think now we are due for a major reform, which will probably end up happening at the end of this administration, either in that we make a huge pivot afterwards and kick the things out, or they make a huge decision and just we're shit out of luck. Um, but I think we're due for a major shakeup either in that or in that we finally see the dissolution of the union in some aspect, whether that be a change in the way the Constitution works, which is not new and it's not something you should be afraid of. That's literally what an amendment is. Or
but a lot of people are afraid of that.
right. And it's like we've literally had amendments up until like the last couple decades. It's
Yeah,
yeah.
I know.
The
But
people
still,
pay attention in civics class, people.
but
Or
no.
or
In their defense, the original amendments may be what counts, and not the new ones.
sure,
It's
but
not that I agree with that, but
yeah, everyone's used to like 1 through 14 and doesn't bother reading up to 56. Um,
yeah.
but yeah,
Sorry.
or we're due for some sort of splitting of states, and I don't know if it's necessarily going to be like there's so much support for Cascadia. I could see Cascadia either splitting into its own country or joining Canada. Um, and if you know familiar with Cascadia, it's Western Idaho, Washington, Oregon, and California, which would be interesting because then that would make us the third largest economy in the world because California is already the sixth largest if we strip that away from America.
Do those states actually want to join Canada properly?
A good chunk of them would probably be willing to do that over. It depends on like how things work out, but there's public support for either idea, and it'd be
Oh,
interesting then because then if we end up joining Canada, then also Canada is now the wealthiest country in the
yeah, now I'm not sure if Canada would want to absorb it
world.
because Canadians take a big amount of pride
Hmm.
in we are not American.
Yeah.
Like that is the level of dislike a lot of Canadians have with of American culture to an extent, even though it's
Yes.
very alike, we take a lot from American culture.
Yeah.
Um, there's still just this last of like we are not Canadian and we are Canadian, we are not American.
Hmm.
And we love that.
Yeah.
So I honestly the only way I see this working in all honesty, and the way I see this going long term, I'm not seeing this 2 years, I'm not seeing this 4 years, you know? This could be 20 years, it could be 30 years, it could be 50 years,
Yeah.
for all we know. It could be longer. I don't see the union surviving the next century. I really don't.
I don't either. Yeah.
I think the states are too divided. Their identities are too different. And, you know, some key rules like, you know, trans issues, or the LGBTQ issues, certain rights issues, abortion, like certain things that for a lot of people these are things that go back either it's a hard line for them in one way or another.
Hmm.
And it's very much is partly cultural and where you're from aspect.
Yeah.
Um and I think the simpler solution, and much that I really don't like it, instead of saying, okay, the whole country now has to conform to, you have to follow this rule because there are parts of the country that are just so damn different that it will lead to negative results, I think.
Yeah.
You just have to say, you know what? We're split it up. And that is it. And you're like, well, what about the people in, in Texas that get lost there then that they do not support at all? Well, I would say you have to view it as Texas and not just part of the United States. Then you have to view it as literally a separate government with as basically a separate country.
Yeah.
And then you try to move to a different country that nearby, like Vermont, that would support you,
Mm-hmm.
the lifestyle. And I know that's harder and moving is hard. And technically, you can see now what they're trying to do now, but it's, I don't like seeing this stuff because I want you to stay together. And these are ridiculous things I feel we're fighting over. And
Yeah.
I feel like it's off topic, and I apologize for this. But I don't see a different outcome, man.
Yeah. It's gonna be, yeah, it'll be interesting for sure. And I do feel like you were heading that way because we're already at a point where people move states based on political climate, so we're already there essentially. And it's sort of the same thing why people will flee from, India to live, or Pakistan to live in Canada, because it's better suited for the lifestyle.
Yeah.
And so we're not. It's not. Unfortunately, it's nothing new in the world. Ideally, we can move to a world where everyone is treated equally and all rights are protected. But I'll take that's that's much more than what a couple tech podcasters can do, and will probably end up happening in our lifetime. But
What will ever happen in humanity's lifetime?
yeah, but
Sadly, now that's also pessimistic, but
yeah,
unless it's as cheesy as stereotypical, right?
hmm
Maybe if we have a common enemy, we can all agree on.
So what we need is some aliens to invade.
We need independence, they did.
Exactly. And on that, we'll take a moment to break for a commercial. If you're subscribed to the Twitch here, you don't need to worry about that. But if you are listening at home, we'll run something or do a cut or whatever. If you're watching on Twitch and not subscribed, I appreciate you watching the ads. That helps pay for my lights.
That's are important.
Okay. So
but family, family pays for lights, right?
mm-hmm.
Still lost lights yesterday.
Damn.
For like 5 minutes. I actually had a 2 to 3 blackouts yesterday.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah, I know, that was great. I loved that so much, man.
Yeah. So this is what we'll be talking to when we come back from the break.
Half-Life 3 is just a hot exclusive Valve needs to be.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So we'll talk about this after the ad break, but that'll be interesting. I guess.
Yes.
So this is this is our first foray into talking politically about stuff on the internet. I know. What are your thoughts so far?
Well, this is what I feel I've taken this much darker than I thought I would. The first episode, I apologize for that. I've already talked about doom and gloom with a break of the union.
I mean, unfortunately, I hate to say it, but those are relevant topics that are top of mind for a lot of people.
You're not wrong. You were not wrong, and I think on both sides of the aisle too.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people, it's not done to the Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
And I think to avoid a civil war, the break of the union is the only real answer.
Yeah.
Which is a horrible thought, but I think it's the right thought.
Right. It'll be, yeah. Because I mean, well, I do know a lot of people actually who would want a civil war because they're misguided and overly zealous in some ways.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not saying
Yeah.
people want it, who don't want it, or not people that want it. There's definitely people that want it. But I think the only way to really avoid it is that saying the union is broken. Like,
Yeah, it's yeah.
Half-Life 3 is never going to come out, by the way.
Actually, so we'll talk about this in this one, but we actually have some interesting news on Half-Life 3 and its development cycle.
They're actually developing this.
Yeah, we'll get into it when we come back from
I
ad.
don't
But
know.
yeah, it's been something that this may be if there's hope for humanity, it might be this.
Oh, I've seen it right here. That's interesting.
Yeah, but
What engine would it be on?
so that's the thing is it's running on the same Steam engine that they're using for Dota 2, which is how we're able to do some data tracking on it.
I wanted to that's just like of it.
Yeah, but
I don't.
say because they're doing live updates to the engine, and people who are data mining Dota are seeing
Right.
files for Half-Life 3.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. The Steam data mine stuff that actually cut out for me a few months ago and broke my heart. So,
Right.
I saw stuff about Transformers finally being updated. And the story page being updated. And War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron being updated. Still ain't here, bub.
I want War for Cybertron to come back so bad.
I want that thing to return. And it's so silly because they wanted to return to it, sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
I know High Moon.
Yeah.
Or whoever's that they're at. Whoever has access to their files right now.
Yeah.
They want it back. They really want it back.
Yeah. I'll have to we just come back from ads, by the way. Welcome back, everybody. I'll have to send you a link because I just built a Transformers deck in Magic the Gathering using Grimlock as a commander.
Nice. I saw. Please send that first. I went to Board Game Shop in town.
Mm-hmm.
A leftover conversation, folks. Sorry. When I went to Board Game Shop in town first day one of my trip, right?
Yeah.
I talked to a guy, had a great talk about 3D modeling and how to learn it, which was awesome. But I also found a role-playing Transformers game.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That I'm like, damn, I kind of like that. Since some local guys at shop played about a bunch of it, but since while I was visiting,
Yeah.
But
all right.
I'd be happy to try it with you on Tabletop Sim, though.
Let's do it. Yeah. I could run a campaign. Okay.
Yeah. Why not?
All right. So some happy news to end tonight's show. Half-Life 3 is just the hot exclusive Valve needs to propel SteamOS past Windows. This comes from Kyle Orland back at Ars Technica from March 1st. It's an opinion piece. Their subline is Justice Half-Life 2 helped launch Steam. A sequel could help establish non-Windows PC gaming. A little over 20 years ago, Valve was getting ready to release a new Half-Life game. At the same time, the company was trying to push Steam as a new option for players to download and update games over the internet. Requiring Steam in order to play Half-Life 2 led to plenty of grumbling from players in 2004, but the high-profile Steam exclusive helped build an instant user base for Valve's fresh distribution system, setting it on a path to eventually become the unquestioned leader in the space. The link between the Steam new game and the new platform helped to promote a bold alternative to the retail game sales and distribution system that had dominated PC gaming for decades. Today, all indications suggest that Valve is getting ready to release a new Half-Life game. We were talking about this during our ad break, but people have been data mining the Steam engine that's currently running Dota 2 and have found updates for Combine AI, new model for Gordon Freeman, and a couple other things.
So, I've seen I'm not sure if the source is really great in all honesty, but according to a Valve insider, it is well into development and actively being play tested right now.
Yes. So it seems like they're
December 30th. This was posted.
Yeah, the changes they found to the engine are ones that typically happen at the end of a game's development cycle because they're ones that will affect, like, essentially all the assets and models have to already be made. It's just you're tuning how they all work together. So that's kind of the interesting part of it. At the same time, the company is getting used to push SteamOS as a new option for third-party hardware makers and individual users to download and test themselves. Requiring SteamOS to play Half-Life 3 would definitely lead to a lot of grumbling from players, but the high-profile exclusive could help build an user base for Valve's fresh operating system, perhaps setting it on path. That's not from Mountain Dew cans. To become the unquestioned leader in the space, a link between the new game and new platform could help promote a bold alternative to the Windows-based systems that have dominated PC gaming for decades. So, kind of why I picked up on this one, a couple reasons, but uh, one of the things being is that while I like the idea of any game forcing players to have a certain operating system. We're already kind of there that you can't play a whole lot of stuff on Linux. Um, However, SteamOS is built on Linux, and as a result, the vast majority of it is open source. The only thing that's closed is the actual like Steam user interface, which is fine because so much of that is already they have built so many open access doors for it. It's not open source, it's open access for that portion of it. Because you can we mod Steam and things like that. So if we can again, if SteamOS gets the public support usage it needs to become prominent and replace Windows as like the main gaming operating system, I think that'd be great given how much issues have already happened with Windows 10 and 11, the amount of like loss of privacy you've lost with them, the issues with how much like RAM it uses just to boot up.
I agree with that to an extent, right?
Yeah.
But I'm going to put an obvious question here, right?
Mm-hmm.
What about all other games you have in your Steam library from the last, as you know what it's 04, right?
Yeah.
So literally last 20 years, 21 years.
And here's where we get to the great thing is that SteamOS has the Proton interface layer. So like if you want to play a Windows game on like Linux, if you're playing on Linux Mint or Ubuntu, you have to download Wine and do a bunch of stuff to connect the wires. So you can play it, but it's not going to be as user-friendly as optimized. Whereas I've messed around on SteamOS a little bit just with my partner's Steam Deck and like looking at downloading it to my own systems. In the Steam library itself, you can assign a Proton usability layer to games that may not be Linux native to then make them compatible. It's the same like a Windows compatibility kit, essentially, where you are adapting something to run on your new operating system by creating almost like a virtual machine interface for it to play on.
What about games not on Steam though? If you're using Blizzard or you're using third-party launchers that are for a specific project a developer's doing.
Yeah, and that's
what about them?
That's where you have to get into the issue. That's when I have to start using things like Wine or to find ways to make it work. And so I think kind of why like this isn't like an immediate fix, but it's interesting science for the future. Is that I think kind of what I was trying to say is I think if we get enough support for SteamOS to go forward, then those things will start getting developed for Steam OS. So it then become easier for users to develop something on SteamOS and have it out there, and potentially even get like Steam Marketplace easier.
Fair.
Yeah, and so I think it'll be on. It's also one of those things where they don't necessarily even need to be developed for SteamOS because if it's developed for Linux, if developed for Linux, then they'll also run natively on SteamOS.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So kind of you made all valid points there, but I think I'm looking at this as more like a over the next 2 to 3 years, maybe end of year max if FF3 comes out next month, which it's not. It's probably going to come out in December if it does at all.
Do you think it's coming this year?
So here's the thing: is it's on the I don't know if we play Fantasy Draft. Not Fantasy Draft. What's it called? Review Fantasy, something like that, where you play it's like fantasy football, but for game releases and game reviews. And so you pick games that come out this year and what they're going to review at, and like that's your hope is the review higher than what your friends picks,
right?
To win your league. Half-Life 3 is on there because there's enough rumor milling that's coming out later this year. I don't know if that's going to be the case.
Now that is a smart idea.
Yeah.
Considering all right, does Half-Life want a contended roster?
Right. That's the thing is it's gonna be It's gonna be GTA 6. But also, here's the thing. I think if Half-Life 3 comes out, that's bad news even for Rockstar.
Do you think Rockstar would have to move?
I don't think they'd move as much as I think that's kind of like the entire game industry would just kind of like stop and stare.
Well, that's a death battle for an ages in the game industry, bud.
Yeah. And also, I know that Gaben is looking at retiring, and he said he wants to release Half-Life 3 before he retires. So,
Damn.
yeah, I don't know.
They're just nearly 20 years late on a game, but
I mean, if it's worth it, it's worth it, right?
yeah, look, I've always say, to take all the time you need to get the game done.
Yeah.
Obviously, Half-Life 3, I bet, has a crazy development history
Mm-hmm.
in these little decades that have been made. Right? It was announced in bloody 06. See, it told me that 07.
Yep.
It did not come out in 07, newsflash.
Slightly.
It missed the mark a tiny bit, we had the end of the war on terror, we had the global pandemic, we had we had 4 separate presidents in the U.S.
The rise of Nazism in the West.
There's that too, yeah, but yeah. So, a few things happened since that announcement to the world.
Yeah.
But I'm very curious to see what it's like. I love games. I love games all my life. Most people who know me know this about me.
Mm.
Tim knows this about me well. And there's some classics I have very much enjoyed, and some I have still not tackled yet after all these years. BioShock is one I've not touched yet still, really. And Half-Life is another. I have to play the original Half-Lives. Have you played them?
Yes.
Yeah, I figured, yeah.
Yeah, they're very good. If you want to, speaking of open source and great stuff in the nerd space, if you haven't found Black Mesa on Steam, it's Half-Life 1 recompiled and remodeled using more modern graphics, and but it's the same gameplay experience essentially.
Really?
Yeah.
Worth it?
I would say so.
Black Mesa.
Yeah.
See, Black Master. Oh, I found it.
Okay.
And it's Half-Life, just Half-Life 1 or Half-Life 2?
It's Half-Life 1. I'd say, yeah, playing Half-Life 2 in its original form is still well worth it. As well as the episodes, but Black Mesa is a standout experience.
Crowbar Collective, how the heck do they have the rights to do this?
I started as a fan mod. Valve saw what was happening, and while they're like working, they did the same thing with Counter-Strike and Dota, where they saw what was happening. They're like, "All right, we're gonna file for you guys to become a corporation. We're gonna sell you a license fee. We're gonna put it on store for this much money. This is what we think you're gonna make money off of, and tell us what you need. We'll get it to you."
So they just said, "You guys are good. We talked to you, boy."
Yeah. It's like this whole thing of why I like Steam, even though they are a monolithic corporations in retail are never great. You should always have multiple outsources to buy products from, things like that. And as long as Gaben is at the helm, I have faith in Steam because he has a very similar ethos to myself. Once he leaves, that new CEO is going to need a lot of vetting, and we may see some new retail forms come up, and I may switch retail forms. But there's a reason, I think, why Steam has outlasted Epic Games Store, whatever the fuck Ubisoft and EA's things were.
Well, I think Ubisoft may have shot them in the foot a bit when they told everyone, the games you own, you don't actually own, and we'll rip from you if you don't use it for X amount of time.
Exactly, yeah.
That might have been a little bit of a bullet to the foot, just saying,
Yeah.
Because every consumer wants to hear, "Oh, you gave us money. Cool. You don't own what you have, and we'll take it from you whenever we feel like it."
Right.
No
Steam
matter how much you gave us.
Steam understands what consumers want, which is to buy a game for $5 on sale, then have it sit unplayed and uninstalled for the next 10 years.
Hey, if I was something like that, I still will play it, but at the right time.
Let me buy the game. I'm not gonna play it, just let me buy it and let it sit in my inventory.
Damn, actually, the rate is still for Company of Heroes 3 right now.
Ooh, okay. Also,
50% off.
also a good game. Have you played
I'm
Company
in
of Heroes
Canada.
together since the beta?
What?
Have you played Company of Heroes together since its beta?
I don't think we ever actually played a third beta, and we were going to, but
Yeah, because I haven't. I haven't committed to completing Storyline. So we'll start up a game at some point.
well, you know what else is going on?
What?
It's free to play for 24 hours. Well,
Ooh,
14 hours.
there you go.
I may actually install it tonight to try it out.
I have it. Let me double check to make sure it's installed. If not, I'll install it tonight as well, and we can hopefully hop on tomorrow after work.
It's available for 14 more hours. So,
Okay.
let's see.
I'll call it sick.
Yeah. Also, War of Mine Final Cut. It's like $3.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, this has been the first ever airing of Free Beer Society. After this, I'll go ahead and try and cut this up into an audio format, launch it up on podcast services, and create some art assets for it as well. Appreciate you all for listening. Please leave a review, a like, send it to your friends, things like that. And check out the Twitch. It's at twitch.tv/TimT. Twitch.tv/TimTKWriter. If you want to join in the chat live, where we talk about tech and politics, and we're kind of sets up the flow things. But I think if we talk about the intersection of open information, tech, and politics, where it's hitting on things like that, we're not here to yuck anyone's yums. Like, I'm not going to argue like tax reform, but just what I think is shady use of tech, or what I think is bad.
Next week on our topic of tax reform.
Yes, yeah.
No, I'm not doing that with you.
You might talk about like open source things about like tax software. That can be a good one, because that is, God, why is our system the way that it is? But there are tax softwares that are objectively better and more ethical than others. Imagine living in a country where you don't have to do that, also known as every other developed country in the world.
For a moment.
Yeah, but or open access to land or whatever. But probably just gonna be keep it sourced on open source related topics, because that's what I think is kind of where I know the most about, and I think what Brooke and I both feel the most comfortable talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Okay.
I agree with that. Yeah. And I think this went well for our first time today.
Yeah, I liked it quite a bit. It's a good conversation, I thought.
Agreed.
I'm gonna put the stream on. I'll be right back. I'm gonna run some music, and then we're gonna hop onto Marvel Rivals. So if you want to watch Marvel Rivals, bad.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a different top flavor, and
Exactly.
not. No, it does. More such a dive back into politics just for shits and giggles.
At some point, yeah.
Within like 20 minutes. Who knows? Yeah.
Yep. Okay, let me hop into there.
So, should I install Company of Heroes then or not? Not sure.
I mean, if you want to play it, go for it.
Oh, how much storage is that? Let me see.
I like it quite a bit. I have to update
And
Marvel
also,
Rivals.
let me see how much storage I have on me.
Mm.
Oh, it's very small. Yeah, I'll grab that.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch my webcam over.
It's not a big file actually at all.
Nice.
It's like 30 gigs. So I'm installing it now. I still want the precinct to be viable. I'm waiting for that to come out.
That's boop 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 boop. Play here. Turn off window capture. Turn off Windows capture.
We are still on here though, right?
Yes.
Uh,
Nope. Good.
I'm here.
Okay. So when you're talking, it starts with nothing. I'm like, what? Dude, just die.
I'm here. I'm alive.
All right, I'm running an update real quick.
And my birthday's in 2 more days. I don't want to go yet, man.
Yeah, no.
I'm still here.
Got any plans for birthday?
Not really.
That's fair.
I don't know. Like I'd like to do something, but
Yeah,
I don't really much like to do where I'm at.
sure.
I definitely want to go to this place within the year. I think. I miss being able to like go out to a jazz bar or something,
Yeah.
or being with friends or whatnot. I miss it a lot now. I miss it more than I used to. So
Let me change our variables.
also, John Bernthal is doing a new Punisher project.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I haven't finished seeing a couple of yours. I'll be right back, all right?
Okay. I'm going to grab a drink in a second too, probably.
Yep. And then we'll put up Rivals. That's what it is done, it's all I know.
Okay. All right, and I'll put on some music and switch over to our back screen. Do all for being you.
Welcome back. Welcome back, man.
Thank you. Oh, also, someone has cracked a code.
For
Oh, gross. Okay, I have to turn the music because it updated.
huh.
Yeah, there you go.
Someone cracked the code you said.
So yeah, someone cracked the code on the ranked system for rivals, the ranked queue.
Oh.
So they confirmed that it is a incentive system. So
Okay.
the way that it works is rolling dice. Okay. Your first 2 to 3 matches of the game we put into what's called a balance queue, where it is everyone else who is getting on for the first couple matches for the day, or tries to at least. Or people who are matched in terms of like percentage of games recently won versus games recently lost. So you might get like a team that's like 3 people have won their last game, and 2 people have lost or their last 2 games or whatever. After that, if you keep on winning games, if you like win your first 2, get put into a winner's queue to incentivize you to play more. Where everyone on your team was won, or as in the process of has a higher win percentage for their last several games that day. If you lose, then you went to loser's queue to test your retention engagement while essentially losing games. And it's going to be players that have all lost, right?
Ah.
So,
Alright.
yeah. So the idea is that if you lose a bunch of games in ranked, it's usually better to go into unranked and just stop playing for the day. Play casual, what have you. If you win a bunch of games, then keep on queuing because you're going to keep on getting easier games.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Good to know, damn.
It's the same way that Call of Duty and Valorant works.
Interesting. Send me an invite, by the way. Please. Also, I like the Cloak and Dagger Twilight Duo bundle.
Yeah.
That's nice. Alright, let's just go.
We'll do a couple of quick matches when we're up before hopping to ranked.
I'm down with that. I'm down for some raid tonight, too. Also, are we like, what, 6 weeks until Blade now?
Yep.
True.
The right here.
And, you asked about your Blade's life birthday. I kind of... There's a small plan I would like to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Really just with some of my oldest friends, like you, Jay, Lou,
Yeah.
Light, you know. Maybe a few others, I'm not sure, right? I kind of would just like to do a movie
Yeah.
together, and that's it. Other years we had people coming from all over, right? Blah blah blah. Different friend groups.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be coming in.
And I love all my friends, obviously, but I kind of want it to just be the people I'm really close, absolutely closest to, that have known me for so many years, right?
Yeah.
If Phil could join, that's amazing. But, you know, the common denominator about the 4 of you,
Battle starts
Lou,
in 5,
that Jay and
3,
Light.
Yeah.
I've known you all for obviously a decade, and I'm close with you all too.
Yeah. I had the thought the other day is that I started like watching and modding for Kylie in like
Yeah.
2014-ish.
Yeah, so, again, like I said, we've known each other a decade.
Yeah. It's been like over 10 years. Yeah.
Yeah. You know? We've seen each other's streams, we've talked about life, we've, you know, now done 2 type of shows together,
Right.
right? I've seen each other in person. You and I, of course, the only ones, but still, hopefully more later.
Yeah.
Every little bit helps.
Yeah. The thing is very simple.
The widow's bite.
Lou and I have seen each other numerous times over the years. A few times, a little more, just because where he is and where I'm from.
Right.
And obviously, Jay and Light, I lived with in the same city, and
Yeah.
you know, for almost a decade. But actually, for I guess half a decade. It's kind of weird asking me that doors usually asking 5 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
If I really think about it, yeah. Wow, that was only like 5. So much happened in those 5 years, Jesus.
Yeah.
And that's life. Yeah.
Oh. Got swallowed by
Not
Jeff.
this year, but sometime in the next couple of years, I am going to go to see it again.
Yeah. I'm hoping, like, once life and finances get a little more sorted out, I can, like, start doing, like, Twitch cons, but, like, right now I'm doing too many anime cons that like, can't afford it.
Fair. Like, I don't know. I like TwitchCon. I'm not sure if I ever want to go back to it just because I'm not big on Twitch anymore, you know. I'm not really much invested in the whole atmosphere.
Yeah. I think
You're
it,
there, love.
oh, go ahead.
Good.
I was gonna say, if we had like a new streaming place that was like was halfway as good, that'd be great.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'll ever go back to streaming now.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I ever really an entertaining streamer. I think we were entertaining with the YouTube thing, and I think
Sure.
what we just did was entertaining.
Yeah.
And I was told that in the past, right?
Mhm.
But just like played a game and streaming, I don't think my strength lies there.
For me, it depends on the game. Like, there's some games where I can be like talkative by myself. I think for the most part, I actually I rely on having people on the stream with me. So I'm going back to only streaming with people with me, which is what I did for Destiny, and I think that's why I did so well with Destiny. Is the fact that I just have people with me all the time.
And maybe I'm similar because I remember even doing a YouTube thing.
Mhm.
I hated doing episodes alone.
Yeah.
I like having you and Lou or someone else to bounce stuff off of, right?
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. So, even game streams, I think maybe if I could do that, and maybe, but I don't know. I'm still not sure I'd ever go back to it, really.
That's fair.
But I get why I'm used to it, I really like it.
Mhm.
I think it's a part of me, of my father in there, why I like it in
Yeah.
that format so much. Yeah. One thing would be fun. There'd be a whatnot, right? Is if maybe you and I can meet up at like Pat's West.
Oh
or
yeah.
Seattle Comic Con one day
Yeah. That'd be
in a
good.
few years. Yeah. I've always wanted to go to Seattle Comic Con too.
Well, that's fine, man.
And it's an outgoing goal for us.
That's alright.
No. Jesus.
I spent the first 2 lives just getting a feel for the thing. So it wasn't
Fair.
really. I'm just gonna. We're gonna release this one. I'm gonna hop on Johnny Storm if it's free.
Have you tried it?
Not yet.
Have you tried Johnny Storm yet?
I just hopped on them to see how it goes.
Right. Well, it's the first time with them since they came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't hate them. I don't think either of them are maybe are like mains for me, fighting mains, right?
Sure.
But I don't hate them.
Every little bit helps.
Damn.
Target neutralized.
Interesting.
Okay, how about we try this again?
I can't fully see what the Fantastic Four became a main for me in the end.
Mhm.
I like Reed. I can play Reed.
Yeah.
And I like Sue. I think she is maybe like my third pick for healer, if I have it right,
Hmm.
because I quite enjoy her. But Johnny, I find hard to hit, and Ben, I'm not the biggest tank guy. I don't have a lot of tanks I use. So.
Stop that vehicle! It's now or never! Stop that!
Okay, I'm actually kind of liking Johnny.
It is cool. Also, the red rewards are nice, by the way.
You can't run into the same issue with him that you do with other people, and that you can run away from your healers and be out of luck.
Flawless. Man, my hair's
Damn
all
it.
messed up.
Peter pulled me into the pit.
Yeah.
Don't step on lava. Remove from play.
I feel I read something recently I haven't told you about yet, but I can't remember what it was. Oh, I read Fear Itself for the first time.
Oh, nice.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel of it. Did you read it?
I've read part of it. I haven't got there with the actual like arc yet.
Yeah. It was okay. I guess it wasn't that big as I felt. Really, if they were trying to. It felt like they were conveying it was a big event,
Yeah.
and everyone felt scared. But something about that whole how it was written or the story did. I didn't feel that emotion fully, you know.
Sure.
I felt the fear itself more so, right?
Can't get rid of me that easy.
Weirdly enough, from the Iron Man tie-ins I was reading.
Oh, okay.
I felt that emotion much more there.
Yeah.
I would knit the
I
dimensions
get
I was
that.
still reading
together
by
within my power.
I think Invincible Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with
that's-
the bleeding edge armor.
Yeah. I just read the Illuminati tie-in, and that's pretty good for itself.
No. I have not read that yet. I like the Illuminati little miniseries though. Read that to the past. Not that. That's not half bad. I did see the new Captain America a few weeks ago now.
I haven't seen it yet. I've been meaning to.
And not as bad as people are saying necessarily, but not anywhere near Marvel at their heyday.
That's what I was expecting, honestly.
Yeah. It's still kind of weird to me that they kind of, I don't know, that they made a Hulk sequel through Sam Wilson's Captain America.
Yeah.
I still do not really understand that decision, but okay then.
Yeah. I think honestly we're at a point where Marvel's had like hit saturation where it's fun for those who are into it. If you're not into it, you don't. It's not mandatory watching anymore like it used to be.
No, I think
Yeah.
I would gonna call a multiverse saga of a failure then.
Yeah.
And in a weird way, the Infinity Saga too good of a success.
Mm-hmm.
Where Endgame felt too final.
It was.
you
Yeah.
know?
They did too good.
And
It's too good at ending the story. Yeah.
like that, it's a weird way to say. It's a weird thing to say, but it's not wrong.
Yeah.
Like Endgame felt like if you don't watch anything after Endgame at all, right?
Mhm.
I think you feel like you have a perfectly great conclusion right there.
Yep.
You know, like nothing is left. No even hint really on what next. And on one side, that was a great idea for the end of the saga.
Mhm.
But that means you really need a good hook and start building the next saga really well, and they just did not do that.
Yep.
And because of that, well, the end result of what you have now is what happened.
Mhm.
So,
Well, we pulled this one out of our ass.
yeah, I'm kind of surprised by that. Nice.
Oh, I managed to knock out 2 of the seasonal challenges with the Thane and Human Torch, though.
Nice. I got most assists, actually,
Nice.
and most kills as a healer,
There you go.
and I healed the most.
I played very okay.
Well, you were trying out new characters too.
Yeah.
2 that you never played before, so that's
Yeah.
an obstacle. Yeah.
Oh, what's this?
Because of you, I also want to see Mickey 17.
Oh, that's cool. You have access to all the previous season titles, season passes.
Yeah.
Neat.
But they said that, right? That all the seasons are not limited to you only can buy them once. They're there forever, so
That's very nice.
I'm not gonna retire them. Yeah, we have 32 days left for the courage, so we have a month.
Yeah.
So around mid-April, or right around Easter, or I guess right during or after spring break.
Yeah. Just
Um,
have to get me off of Supervive long enough to play.
play will be out. I still want my police game
Yeah.
in second quarter, but who knows when I'll come. I think they learned their lesson after August of releasing a date when they're not ready for
Sure.
July. And now they're just not saying anything until like they're just ready to release it tomorrow or something.
Yeah.
So, even though people are bacon.
But fucking
Rent?
Right. Yep.
Fair. Because if the Fed received our ass from that last match, I'm down for rent.
Mm-hmm.
nah,
Potato on our team.
dude, I'm like you're fucking. That's gotta.
You'll need a top-notch team
Alright.
to win this one.
Open your eyes. Reality is but an illusion.
Kind of would love a match with Hulk right now, just saying.
Mm-hmm.
How's it gonna request it?
I'm
gonna meet this guy because my friend's breaking into
Cloaking
it.
Dagger is the best. 3 different
I have everyone muted, just because
last you. But anyone in that
reasons.
30 seconds.
I mean, I probably should because Twitch.
Ready?
Also, we have 3 healers right now.
Oh, alright, we're gonna... Just gonna pop on over to
Open your eyes.
this number.
Magic is not to be owned, but
Fair enough.
experienced, lived.
Not sure how I feel about the team, to be honest.
Battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2.
That's interesting. I mean... Yeah. I mean, also, we're still, like, in bronze elo, so I don't know if
Jesus,
power matchups matter as much as just comfortability.
fair enough. But
It's gonna snipe a hella.
Leave me, darkness. I purge the darkness.
oh, oh, Clint got me.
Oh, that's weird.
You okay?
Had some jittering happen.
Yeah, I've been noticing that with the servers lately. It's like,
Yeah, like it's a server tick or something.
I don't know what's up with their servers last like day, but
Well, they fired their American team, so
wait, what? Right. Right, you know, that's a great idea. You know, I love how that's going on in States right now. Let them fire every worker.
yep.
And, you know, things will work fine,
Yeah.
right?
We don't actually need employees.
Who thought why employees were those?
I know, and it's happened after fucking everyone was bitching too about no one wants to work anymore. It's like, no, you're just all shitty employers, and then you prove the point. Get snipes too.
The ring is bigger and, from the looks of it, a lot more unstable.
It's really weird, dude.
Yep. We
Like,
live in a society.
Almost
I thought we lived in a circus.
I mean,
What society are you talking about?
that's a bad day for Ben Grimm.
Oh, stop me. Well, Hawkeye and I took each other out to the same extent.
Nice.
Wait, what? Dude, does Hawkeye have an ability with tracking arrows?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't remember that, but like, he wasn't looking at me and I still died. I'm like,
If,
wait, what?
if he's ulting, he just needs to shoot a shadow where you had been.
Right. He may have been ulting.
Never miss. Pulse charge.
Or he was ulting now?
Yeah. He just ulted, yeah.
How the heck could he have ulted twice?
I don't know.
I,
Yeah.
there's something not feeling closer about this Hawkeye.
Yeah. That's fair.
Mortal pain is no match for the
That felt
source of
really weird.
supreme.
Get that vehicle moving again.
I don't normally like saying that because I feel like
Mhm.
that is good some of that shit. But like, something felt really not right about that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Against the world.
By the eye of Agamotto. Stay in completely darkness.
Well,
well, I'm alone here. I'm fully
Oh, no.
back until. Yep, I'm not alone. I'm dead.
Finished business here.
Get that vehicle moving again.
Psylocke got me.
Good medicine. Much to bring crashing down around here.
Damn.
Out, dark magic.
You're halfway there. Keep going.
I mean, we're still able to win our matchups though, so I feel like we
Yeah.
probably got this in the bag.
As you don't doubt we have this.
Yeah.
Still, it's been felt out earlier.
Almost there. Don't turn back now.
I do not like that scene.
I am strengthened for battle.
Yeah, that scene was. I feel like something is. It's out from here. Yeah.
In fucking somebody else. Why did you follow me when she was ulting? You want to separate. Cloak and dagger, why? I guess they're trying to be a good healer and like pocket me through an ult, but I'm like, no, we literally just need to move in two different directions and we disarm her.
Pulse charge. Fire.
Help. So cold.
Ah, the eye is open.
I am wounded.
Such newfound power. By the
Okay, from here.
eye of Agamotto. By the eye of Agamotto.
Nice.
Chin up.
That's not great.
Enemy in
That was just
It's a weird trade.
Fighter Zero will be an old woman when we get there.
a good movement. I'm swapping here
Yeah.
because air power's not gonna work for this. The Psylocke doesn't feel right.
Sonic's 20 and 4. That's a little gross.
Current score is
Well, I think that the Hawkeye was kind of act like what's going on there.
time to switch things up, including which side you're on.
I fought Hawkeyes, I fought Psylocks.
The right heroes can make all the
That-
difference.
I don't know, it's never feels off.
Reality is but an illusion.
Whoop.
That's all it's out, bub.
This we're
I
defending.
know that is gross.
I'm here to finish the fight.
Round two.
Spider is more than just a mechanized suit of armor. It's my best friend.
Let's pop back
He'll
up.
be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
I try to do the right thing, but people always end up thinking I'm crazy.
I know exactly how you feel.
I mean, it's not my fault an Egyptian god whispers in my brain and tells me who deserves his righteous vengeance.
Okay, so maybe not exactly.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're up, little ones. Here comes trouble. Time for some fireworks. Elena.
Please, that hurts. We need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
Time for some fireworks.
Oh, I need assistance.
Mine then, please.
Can you come back? Chin up.
Powering up.
Endless battle means ever increasing hell.
Double KO.
Guys,
Ready for another go, Spider?
Better stop that vehicle.
where's my teammates?
They got melted.
Wonderful.
Yep.
Moon Knight did work out better though.
Good.
You know what to do, Spiders? Time for some fireworks.
That's bad. That's the best bad Netflix for me. That's bad. Oof.
Just needed a few repairs.
If we lose this one, do you want to do another or?
Yeah. You don't get entered into lose queue until you're after your second game.
Alright.
Yeah.
You're up, little ones. Powering up.
I get it not to be a Debbie Downer, but it
Yeah.
doesn't feel.
Ooh, I know that sound.
Better stop that vehicle.
Fireworks.
Alright.
It's Spider time!
I'm really not sure who to go with for this for counters.
So much better.
20.
System restoring. This is gonna hurt.
Better stop that vehicle.
Time for some fireworks. I'm counting on you, friends. Mine's in place.
You stop them in their tracks.
Ninth in place.
Oh. Brutal.
What the? Oh, Hulk does knock me when I do my ultimate, so misfired. Moved by Hulk, in all honesty.
He stopped them in their tracks.
You gotta recover, Tony. Disappear! Help! You know what to do, spiders? Time for some fireworks. It's spider time! Defenses are down.
Hey.
Your turn to decide.
There's still
We're
a
back
chance
in
to stop
action.
them.
Yeah.
Okay, hey, dude.
1, 2, 2. Well,
That was not a good match for me, Dan.
I did alright. But yeah, that was a tough one.
Yeah. Wow. What's up? Give me a thumbs up. Sorry. The event is cool, by the way.
Okay.
It's like this little board game.
Yeah, I did one round on that.
Yeah. I did roll a lot to do spray.
the right heroes could make all the difference.
Open your eyes. Reality
Whoa.
is but an illusion.
Mm.
Round
When
1,
science
go!
failed me, magic was
We'll be
there.
coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
Stark? Goldilocks? Even here, at the end of all times, you persist with the nicknames.
Well, if I ever call you by name, it'll be a sign that I'm actually Loki.
Good to know.
Such newfound power.
The battle starts in 5, 4,
That's an interesting character. I don't know whether she's good or not.
1.
Storm.
Yeah.
You have to stop them from
I
switching
like her. I
into
actually used her for quite a while there for a bit.
Yeah.
I still like her, but yeah.
Still pretty caustic.
I think the buff she got recently has been pretty damn useful. So it somewhat teaches attack feels like at times, and the bonuses are nice.
Yeah.
Everyone else, so
Oh my god.
and that was I saw that like Jesus.
Yeah.
Wounds are gone. Thanks.
I have a Moon Knight, so they're gonna hit us if we're clustered up.
Waves once more.
Yep. Took out the healer, but Hawkeye
Yeah.
got me. Coming back now.
Glad to help.
Does anybody really feel like rewatching? You know what I've been feeling like rewatching lately?
But
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
really,
Yeah, I love that film.
it's good.
I love that film for so much. That
Yeah.
if someone asks me what to buy one day to add to my collection,
Yeah.
I adore that movie. Maybe it's because I find it so interesting how they made it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for the time that it was made,
Yeah.
so much had to go into getting those characters on the screen the way they have them.
Mm-hmm.
And that really does impress me.
Nice. Great all.
Thank you.
I am strengthened for battle.
I never liked snipers.
The moon haunts you. Loki gone? Surely he'll be back.
Who's this dead?
Nice.
Nothing here. Suspicious.
For the health, and it's way right back. And I got a venom behind me.
Yeah.
And
Imagine how much Tony.
Ah, I got cross-mapped by a hella damn.
I got cross-mapped by a damn widow. I'm coming back.
Same.
We are doing quite well though,
Yes, yeah, yeah.
so I'm not. Actually, not worried
too
about.
worried about it. I mean, like the focus zone, I'm not talking too much because there's not much to like call out. I'm just kind of right click, left click, right click, left click.
Only 60
Yep.
seconds left.
Alright.
Ah,
Bread
that's
thing.
all. I'm back. I'm back.
Down to 30 seconds.
I can hold out. I got the widow, but they got me.
I'm going for the cloak and dagger.
Do a alt on them.
Final 10 seconds. Winner.
By the eye of Agamotto.
Enemy in front of us.
Bring on the chaos.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
The current score is 0-2-0. Time to switch things up, including
Okay.
which side you're on.
Open your eyes.
I'm saying 20, damn.
Yeah, I don't know if I did a whole lot, like anything really exceptional in there as much as I just right clicked through a lot of Venom arms.
You protected the team.
Yeah.
I died 4 times. It's not really my preferable outcome, but
Mm-hmm.
kills are good.
Round 2.
I would knit the dimensions back together.
Took a try to stay survival on. Not die really, because I don't know how that not to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And Widow and Hawkeye are scary.
Yeah.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
I love that spray.
It's so cute.
I still have to read the rest of that run.
Yeah.
That means I get to
After I've done Iron Man, I am going to X-Men still. I may try to do X-Men and Doctor Strange simultaneously.
Thank you for the hydrate, kitty. As I drink Baja Blast.
In 5, 4, 3, 2,
It's hydrating.
1. All you need to do is capture the mission.
Holy moly.
Yep, that happens.
The Sanctum Sanctorum is my refuge, my fortress.
Wolverine.
Oh my god.
Out, dark magic. I am strengthened for battle.
Surely Ragnarok is next.
Leave me, dark.
There's Wolverine.
Wolverine's dead.
Spider time!
Thank God.
I don't think that's welcoming, Commander.
Kenny's down.
And Pay's down. And now.
The fucking Punisher turret.
Go down.
They just went all tank shred.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah.
Judge.
Once we break their line, though, I think we're fine.
Yeah.
We have to break this damn line.
Oh, well, oh. I'm just gonna.
Killer's down. Magneto's down. Namor's down. Yes.
I still poured it onto the point.
Oh, they have Sue Storm.
Lol.
Everyone.
1, 2, 0.
That's funny.
Another epic victory.
So probably
How the fuck do we have such a bad game before and now this?
I don't know. It probably got weird stuff in the bounce queue.
Clearly.
Yeah, so we're still in balance skill, so it's still like matching us up. So we will be for the next one. But you probably had some weird carryover from, I don't know. There wouldn't have been any ranked up data on my account for a while, but we may have just had some weird teammates on the last one, or they may have had they may have had someone on their team who's about to go into winner's queue.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I started to do that, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think of Thin and Torch?
The thing is super basic. I don't know if I actually like him. And then
Yeah.
I like the Torch actually.
I do too. It just you have to get used to how he gets.
You'll need
Yeah.
a top-notch team to win this one.
Open your eyes. Reality is but an illusion.
Round
When
1.
science failed me, magic was there.
For once, even you are
30
out of
seconds
your
before you
depth,
attack.
Doctor.
Get ready.
Namor, someday I'd like to see Talokan.
I have brought part of it to the surface.
Your little spells are
You might be
nothing
surprised
compared to
where.
ancient Asgardian magic, Strange.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3,
What, Tim?
2,
It's, we have 4 instant lock DPS.
destination.
I don't mind who you play. It's just that you were already locked in, and then 2 other people switched. You and Magic were already locked in, and then the 2 other people just jumped onto Moon Knight and Namor. I'm like, alright, cool.
Wait, right up. We don't have a healer?
We have 1 healer, but yeah.
Oh, great. Alright, I'll swap to healer after this.
Oh,
We
God.
should have 2. I did kind of call DPS first, so like,
You
damn.
100% did.
But don't usually swap. We need a tank, obviously. Well, I don't know. I kind of want to swap if I'm doing it decent.
Actually, we can maybe try. 4 DPS, and 2 healers. But I don't know how long. Well, maybe. I've seen weirder. Alright.
If you want to risk that ball, I don't want to swap because I think I'm doing a good job here at 20 right now.
Please.
Yeah, I don't want to give this up.
The Vishanti
Okay.
foresaw this.
Almost there. Don't turn back now.
One an Iron Fist.
You've reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
I mean, our magic should switch, but I don't know if she's going to.
His guardian weapon to deliver. Let's
Our magic traps with the switch.
Uh,
But also, this is unfair to them.
yeah,
Because I don't think they're all playing.
you're right. Probably not.
Like at all. If you look at how many, where they all are, right? Most have 0 kills and 0 deaths, I think.
Yeah.
Which kind of lose to, we got the first checkpoint because no one else was there.
I don't know what's happening. Also, is that an Agent Venom skin, or is that... No, it's Mecha Venom. Okay.
Wait, no, I think that's Agent, not Mecha, because it's more... Yeah, that's a new one, dude.
Alright, well, and I'm spending money on.
I know the Mecha Venom skin. I like that. Wait, Mecha or the Space one?
Ooh.
Give me the Space one.
This is really good. But I really like, it's kind of like the in-between the Agent Venom when he's with the Guardians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's new, I think.
Yeah. We kind of gave Venom a beret.
I'm out. I go down. 11 kills, 1 death. I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Avoiding that Bucky. Alright.
Yeah, Bucky would kind of give me a bit of a hard time.
The Vishanti foresaw this.
Oh my god. That's... The stun on Ben's ult is insane.
Oh yeah. I have noticed that.
Yeah.
Pulse charge. Fire.
Nice.
Yep. That was a triple.
Almost there. Don't turn back.
Hell yeah, dude.
And we're about to get the goat shed a cherry tart through. That's door.
I guess, I mean, it's an off-meta team comp, but we're in bronze, and I don't know. I can't argue with it.
Yeah, we're doing well.
Yeah.
And honestly, considering how much we're pushing them back, I don't see them getting this far in this match.
Yeah.
This round.
Oh my god.
I
Bucky.
think we're fine for the most part.
I baited 2 of them. I was expecting Moon Knight to stay alive there, not gonna lie.
Yep.
Well, my fault for leaving objective.
It's fine. Now, this is a really weird ass team, but
Yeah.
somehow this did work out for us. I can't really explain it, but
It does what it does.
yep. Pretty much.
You're gonna get there, and we'll look hot doing it.
Nice.
Kinda wish Luna would heal me a little more, but that's on me.
Yeah, Luna's struggling to heal me right now.
I feel like Luna's healing a lot of us right now.
Yeah.
It's okay. Push them back.
You got the fucking Bucky. I'm not gonna lie, there's sometimes where like you get someone with an ult and like that wasn't me, that was on you. You could have dodged that and you chose not to.
Yeah. I'm only just watching I scare them away and put them back, right? I would please, but they get a kill there. But okay then, I'll take the kill.
Sometime I'll have to try the strange portal into Iron Man alt, just cross map ballistic missile.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you're hard carrying right now.
Yeah. Damn, I am. Jesus.
Yep.
Yeah, man, I bet you leave Iron Man. I'm like,
And
like that doesn't fit with Iron Man. I find it that you know how to fight him or you don't.
mm-hmm.
Like the last team knew how to fight him because they understood we have to go for the air guy, right? These guys are just fighting him kind of.
They're way all over the place.
Yeah.
I had an Iron Fist try and pick a 1v1 with me outside my spawn.
Like what?
Yep. It was interesting.
That's a choice to make.
I won, but it was like, alright.
Oh, I would expect you to win that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, alright.
Moon Knight may actually we're gonna clear that area up now.
No. I tried.
In myself and Moon Knight though. Moon Knight actually just got like 4 kills.
Hell yeah.
Moon Knight and I are kind of carrying on the damage side.
Yeah. I don't know why Magic hasn't switched yet, but whatever.
Time to switch things up.
Yeah, what did it do? What can you do?
Open your eyes. Reality is but an illusion.
Yo, Mikasa, can you swap, bro? Can you swap, brother? Do you mind swapping? I need some help healing or doing some No, not to Lee Sin, bro. Can you swap to like a tank or something? Or like a healer? Okay, we got Mr. Janfer.
I'm gonna watch some Buffy after this.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Not like after this match, but like after whatever we call it, right?
Yeah, where we're at.
Yeah. Maybe we'll actually motorcycle boot up Company Heroes for Tiny Pet, right?
Yeah, there you go. Is Portal Cheese worth it?
Let's save it for later. As you know what, do Portal Cheese, yeah. I'll just simply fall for it. Go for it.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
I got one.
Nice.
Welcome to GameSpy.
Thank you for following Mommy ASMR. Alright, that's a name. You know what? I'm into it.
Oh, there, what is Wanda, by the way? Who is the mommy type, by the way? Who's she playing?
What?
Who is? Oh, you meant on Twitch.
Yeah.
I thought you meant in game.
No.
You said thank you for following. I thought you meant following for the tunnel.
No. Yeah, no.
That makes sense.
It was their healer that jumped through it, actually. It was very funny.
Yes.
Alright. Lucky you can fuck right off of that.
Yep. They do a little better pushing than they did defending, in all honesty.
Oh, I mean... We'll see.
Yeah. Well...
They have the Thane who's just brain dead as fuck. I think
I was wrong about that.
I think honestly the scariest person on their team is Venom.
Yeah. But he's not been that tough in all honesty.
Yeah.
Their servers are a little weird though today.
Yeah.
That's some weird late-ish stuff with them. Whenever I see Squirrel Girl, by the way, I want to read Mighty Avengers.
Yeah.
That's where I know her from personally, for my own stuff.
Did you ever read West Coast Avengers? It has like
No.
4 issues. It's very silly.
I'm gonna see if I have it. But that's what I would like to read. Also, Tony's in a Silver Centurion. That's interesting.
Oh, yeah. I mean, West Coast, yes, very good. I forgot. I misspoke. Yes, read West Coast is very good. But also, have you read Great Lakes Avengers?
I've not read that. I don't think I have that.
It's very silly. It's 4 issues. I don't think you actually buy them anywhere.
Yeah.
But it's...
I'd like to Marvel Limited a month. Because
Yeah,
they
yeah.
recommended me that there's
It's very
so
good.
much stuff there that I... Yeah. Yeah, Moon Knight there carrying with damage. Jesus.
Yeah. But one of the characters on the Great Lakes Avengers is Mr. Mortal, who actually has no powers other than the fact that he cannot die.
Mr. Mortal?
Mr. Mortal, yeah.
Immortal.
Yeah. And, what's his name? Doorman, whose body is a Dark Force dimension. His body is part of the Dark Force dimension, so he doesn't actually have like a physical body. However, it's limited scope, so he can provide a teleport to anything that is 1 foot outside of his body. So if he lies flat against a wall, he can provide a door.
My God.
He ends up getting like stupid OP later on, actually, because the Dark Force.
I really want to read this.
Read it and then follow Doorman afterwards, because he actually gets picked up by the Dark Force outside of that, and it's very silly. Because he actually ends up inheriting the rest of the Dark Force. So he goes from being a door to being one of the most powerful cosmic entities in the multiverse.
That's amazing. That's fucking amazing.
Fuck. This is brutal. This is brutal.
You got this.
It's a goddamn firefight. Can I drop the portal? Fuck. Probably not in time. Shit. Fucking... God, walls.
Yeah, let's let that door open.
Fuck.
We will get them though.
Yeah.
They should have had much time there, yeah. We did get them through here. We still got this.
Yeah.
Moon Knight has 41 kills.
Goddamn.
I know, right? I'm not falling behind because they finally realized, oh yeah, hit the flyer.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. So I am falling a bit more now. But...
Hell yeah.
I am strengthened for battle.
I'm hurt. You stopped them in their tracks.
I feel like so much attack is from behind.
I have tagged a foe. Hunt them.
Only 60 seconds left.
They have a Peter.
Okay.
Oh. Damn Spider Menace.
No. Fuck.
Hey, have you seen the new Spider-Man show?
I've seen part of it. I need to catch up on the last couple episodes.
It's good though.
It's really good.
Gotta watch it.
Yeah, it's... I went a little too deep on the pull myself out of my side.
I noticed. It's okay.
I have ult though.
Waiting for backup.
Pulse charge, fire.
Nice. There's a healer.
Yep, I know. Kinda was strategic.
Yeah.
There. Little. Got another one, but Rocket got me. So. 60 guys are coming up.
Do you have any healers? What's happening?
We have. Luna's really not healing us much.
Yeah.
I've noticed that. There's nowhere times I've died that I'm like, I would not have died if the healer was healing.
Yeah.
Or using her E. But, you know, or using her ult.
Yeah.
I don't think she's used her ult once this match.
What is happening? We shouldn't be losing this.
No. Okay, this is getting embarrassing. What the fuck is going on here?
This is a travesty.
Magic, can you just swap the tank, brother? Can you please swap the tank? Actually, I can swap.
Is Luna doing her job? We have at least two
Actually, no,
kills,
you
so
swap
that's
the tank,
good.
bro. We'll just win this one.
Alright, they have 60 seconds left. We got this. We got this, we got this, we got this, broski.
We do. We do. The claps be coming.
Now!
Oh. You got cock blocked by the fucking clipping on the terrain there.
Yep, but it's okay. Venom is dead, one more is dead. I'll be back in a sec. Moon Knight is also carrying. We're all carrying. We're gonna win this. We will win.
Yep. Weird NVIDIA frames rendered.
Venom's dead. We hold the light here.
Yep.
Damn it. So let's roll to the line there. Now hold the line here.
Just deleted that squirrel.
Can you see that?
Because Rocket Raccoon just got a point blank nuke on his head.
You come near my coat. You come near my coat, I nuke you.
Yes. Damn, alright.
Ah, jeez, that was nuts.
Oh, it was good though. Wasn't
That's
expecting
awesome.
to get that sweaty at the end there.
Not at all, but we still won.
Oh.
Dude. Moon Knight got 55 kills and then 9 deaths.
Let's go.
I got 49 kills and 14 deaths. You got 41 kills and 8 deaths and 5 assists.
Let's go.
Loki got 46 deaths and 20 assists and 9 deaths. That was nuts.
I gave everyone except for Magic a thumbs up.
I was kind to Magic even though he did not deserve it.
I mean, I did almost as much damage as him, and I, on base, do much less damage than Magic.
So when might you see Captain America, by the way?
I don't know. I don't know if we'll may see it in theater. I might have to wait for it to come to Disney.
Fair. But what about Fantastic Four?
I'm really hoping to see that opening weekend. I've been meaning to get back into the theaters more often. It just hasn't been happening recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts also wants the opening weekend.
I think Captain America did have a type.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Disney knew that.
Open your
Yeah.
eyes. Reality is but an illusion.
Considered we got our change, we got 2 damage dealers. I'm going to healer.
Oh shit. A balanced team. Also, I appreciate
Yeah.
our Captain America's name is fantastic. Okay, Martin Joyer. That's so good.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Not to spoil a movie for you. But have you seen the leader pictures of him?
No, not yet.
Right, I want to see anything.
Okay.
Round one.
I'm also
If you
hoping.
did,
Quietly put out
Yeah.
there's a conversation I'd have with you when you do. See,
Okay.
when we would see the characters.
Sounds good.
image.
I feel like he's gonna be a weird character to try and translate to film because his look in the comics is. It is what it is.
Big green head.
Yep. I am hoping to see Mickey 17 this weekend though.
I really want to see that, but I don't think I'll see that in theaters. I think that'll have to be.
Yeah.
2, 1.
But I really like the movie, so it's like kind of theater experience.
Hmm.
But I really want to see that.
Yeah, I think also probably because of like Robert Eggers stuff, but like his other serious roles, I think Robert Pattinson may be one of my favorite actors of the current generation.
Yeah, I think I quite like him. I liked him with Batman. I liked him in The Lighthouse.
Yeah,
Locked. He was great in that movie.
A Good
That's
Time is
incredible.
fantastic.
Right? Yeah, I'm enjoying him.
Also, I'll stand by saying that Cosmopolis is a good movie, even though it is kind of cracked out.
I haven't seen that, so yeah. Keep that in mind.
It's essentially just him in a car the entire time monologuing.
Yeah.
Rid us of Moon Knight. Good medicine. Do your work.
I think after this one, might do this will be my last match, by the way.
Sure.
Yeah. I am fighting a little cold as well, you know.
Yeah.
My family's sick. I think I ended up with a head cold to the end. So I am. So, yeah, I'm just so tired.
I am not getting healed for the life of me, Jesus. Alright.
Healing energy.
Watch the Cloak and Dagger play only Dagger, or only Cloak, and then die.
I still have to watch the show, by the way.
Yeah, I might. I don't know how I feel about it.
I don't know. I was kind of curious about it a little
Yeah.
bit.
I mean, I've been meaning to go back and like watch all the like the bad FX X-Men TV shows.
Yeah, I didn't even bother with those. I'm kind of curious about that myself.
Yeah. They did Legion, which was great, and then they just kind of, I don't know, went insane with it.
Alistair never finished Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. from Batman.
It got weird.
I know. I've seen scenes from like the very last 2 seasons, and I'm like, ah, okay.
I don't know if our Captain America's doing anything.
Yeah, I have no idea either. And like, I want to, like, there's some aspects of the show I like, and some aspects I do like, right?
Mhm.
And like, this is unfair. I recognize this is unfair.
Yeah.
But I still wanted the show I wanted it to be.
Mhm.
I wanted that show to be actually about S.H.I.E.L.D. in a very active MCU
Yeah.
with all the resources S.H.I.E.L.D. has. Even though I know that's not a feasible show, really, realistically,
Yeah.
with how expensive that show would have to be to run. But I would still love to see it. You know?
Mhm. Good lord. I got the point.
Yep.
Help get that vehicle to its destination.
The city. I am strengthened for battle.
Hold still. I'm trying to help.
How many times is this Bucky ulting? Jesus Christ.
That I mean, like, how many times can he ult?
Well, the problem is, like, that's not even, like, because you can take the infinite chain if it works out, but spawns don't do that. But the problem is that he hit his ult raw, like, 4 times already?
How is that possible?
Yeah. I mean, he's 21 and 1? But then you're like, who is he smurfing off?
But it's ult stack.
No, it doesn't. No, it shouldn't feed into the next one. He should, like, reset at 0 after he finishes his ult.
So how the heck does a single kill give you?
So he's got to be playing off of. It only resets if you get a kill once you mark them with your ult. But the problem is that he's not even doing that. It's just that.
Is that a hack or what?
No, it's probably just he's a smurf because he's outperforming literally the entire lobby.
What do you mean, a smurf?
Someone who's created an account to play at an intentionally lower rank than they actually are at.
Okay.
Your powers are mine.
Follow it.
One couldn't win, but we lack strength for this encounter.
I'm doing a horrible job of doing it right now. And not only bad loot up, but jeez.
We must get to the
I don't even know who I'd pop onto to maybe Thor, but ugh.
Yeah, I'm not that bad of a loot up, but I just like for most of our guys. Yeah. You know how many kills Bucky has already?
Yep, 29.
How the hell?
Down to 30 seconds.
I am Asgardian, but I feel
And 2 deaths. 29 kills and 2 bloody deaths.
by the eye of Agamotto.
Final 10 seconds.
We've got quite the mission ahead.
A nice deep freeze.
Asgard is with you.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
I guess I'll just hop onto Thor and try to do a lot more damage when they get into melee.
I guess we just ride his overtime until we get to the marker.
Yep. Can't even bother. I mean, Spider-Man's gonna get. Unless he gets some kills, that's gonna be interesting because he's so far out. But if he can swing back and forth appropriately.
We are undefeated. I am ready to put on a show.
I know that's all up.
Of course.
Where she needs to go.
You haven't started the new Invincible season, have you? They're not caught up with season 2, right?
Fuck. What?
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Dude, what the fuck is that Bucky?
The current score
I don't know, man. I don't understand.
0.
But you haven't seen, you haven't caught up with Invincible this still, right?
No, I'm not caught up yet.
Yeah. When you are, dude, I can't wait to talk about it. The new season is so good.
Yeah.
Now to end too.
Great Penny? I don't know what I do here.
I don't really feel comfortable even staying as Luna.
Yeah.
I could try Loki.
Yeah?
I would rather inspire mortals.
I've been Loki in a long time, so I'm gonna be but we'll see what happens. Go back to Legends.
That's the highest rank.
Damn.
Wish to find out if they're worthy. Come
No.
on, it'd be fun.
Haven't plenty of people lifted it already? There's Cap, Jane Foster, that alien horse guy.
Should we really be going this deep on these guys?
The battle starts in 5,
No, probably not.
3, 2.
This feels like a horrible idea.
You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
Time has unraveled. Who will stitch it together again? Loyal Twitch.
I am barely wounded. Battle Fury burn.
As if forgot how much I enjoy Loki.
Well, I killed Bucky, so I got my spiritual success, what I needed out of that.
The lightning of Asgard returns.
Multiple corporate board members have reported disruptions in their operation.
Bring on the chaos. I can take it.
Battle Fury burn.
I unleash the Vishanti's power.
Our enemies are near. Heads up. Invaders from the east. I am barely wounded.
Jeff caught us.
Your powers are mine.
By the eye of Agamotto.
Fucking hell.
Lightning confinement. I bring the hammer down. We fight well together. I am barely wounded. Careful. Namor's called in friends. Lightning confinement.
Those are bad guys.
Battle Fury burn.
And stay down.
I am ready to put on a show.
Together to victory. I'm bright like a star.
It feels like the spirit of the
Slow
stage.
down.
Assemble!
It seems Namor has unleashed his pen, the wrath of Asgard. Behold the god of thunder!
Don't let us stay.
Armed and dangerous.
Fuck, dude. I'm trying.
Armed and dangerous.
Cap woke up, but I don't know if it'll be enough.
To battle.
That's not Cap.
I mean, our Cap woke up finally. He started getting kills on the board.
Oh, okay, good. I thought you meant for what's going on right now because Cap was nowhere near the battle right now.
No.
That was me.
No, but he just was negative for the longest time.
Yep, I know it is. He's doing well.
Oh my
I'm
god.
so negative. It's not something I up until long.
I've got solo ulted by Doctor Strange and Luna.
Yeah, we are not doing well. You're doing better than me though.
Oh, that's alright.
Not today. What battle can continue without Thor?
Down to 30 seconds. You need to stop that vehicle in its tracks. Please, we're hurt.
Awaken the rage of battle. Namor has unleashed my power grows.
Fucking hell.
I'm gonna go on it, right?
Yeah. Ooh.
I'm not happy about this.
No.
Lightning of Asgard returns.
Again.
Oh, Stark. Even your riches are not eternal.
I am ready to put on a show.
This era sure has a strange definition of justice.
Captain America.
Fury burn.
You dish it out.
covered.
Yeah. Managed to dive Luna per pick, but not enough.
Four in a row.
Hmm.
Final score 1-2-2.
Ugh. Brutal.
Games like that, games like that.
Yeah. I'm fucking reporting that Bucky because that's a Smurf account for sure.
You're reporting a Bucky Smurf account.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's to get terms of service.
It should be, yeah.
Yeah, that was. And that my final one for tonight, my friend.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do now? Oh.
I'm probably gonna watch some anime. Or I may
Oh.
play some Final Fantasy 14, I don't know.
But continue to stream.
Probably not.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
If you do watch anime, what would you be watching? I'm curious.
Blue Lock.
Blue Lock?
Yeah.
BLU.
BL. Yeah, yeah.
LOCK.
Yeah.
Recommended.
Yeah.
Oh. Alright. You know what, that guy actually did add this a little bit up to my watch list. I've been enjoying Solo Leveling.
Solo Leveling's really good.
Are you caught up?
No, I need to start the second season actually, so that's next on my list.
It's really been also really good. I've been loving it.
Yeah.
We have 2 more sub episodes have to air, 4 more dub episodes have to air.
Yeah.
And I heard from someone I know that the show is being renewed till season 5.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
They are renewing it solely to do all of the books.
Yes. Dude, I'm so stoked.
So I think they're very dedicated to a whole season.
Yeah.
The whole series, I mean. Before the actual series.
Right.
To my extent, it's the prequel series. So,
Mhm.
yeah. But I'm like, yeah. And it came out breaking records, allegedly.
Okay.
Over and over.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
I
really
saw
cool.
the actor for the dub, I think, at gone at Venice-Bow.
Nice. That's cool.
There. Yeah.
Yeah, I know the dub actor. There's some now fun mythos going around with the show because the actor for the dub blew out his throat during the Arise episode. So like he actually ended up like starting bleeding.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Alright, man.
Alright.
Well, I did put up copy of yours 3, so I can try it out.
Alright, have a good night,
I'll
dude.
get off the mic, the rest of my voice.
That's fair.
That was a lot of fun today. Thanks for the invitation.
Yeah. Thanks for hosting
excited
this
to.
show with me and playing Marvel.
Yeah, I'm excited to do more of both.
Yeah.
We should talk about like how often you want to do these, by the way,
Yeah.
and scheduling and whatnot and all that. We should discuss that later.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. Night, man.
Sounds good. Later.
Bye, chat.